and gentlemen, here I am. Here I am. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas. Ooh-wee. Merry Christmas to the Cowboy fans. And Merry Christmas to the Eagles fans. Well. Well, welcome to the Postgame show, ladies and gentlemen. This is me. I'm here. I'm here to talk just briefly about what we just witnessed a few minutes ago during the game, in which, of course, you already know what happened. The Cowboys win the game 40-34, in which the Cowboys showed up when they counted. That's a lot of holes to talk about, no doubt. There's a lot of holes to talk about, no question about it. But at the end of the day, everybody's going to ask one question. That question is, did you win or did you lose? That's really the only question. Did you win or did you lose? That's the question. Did you win the game or did you lose? That's all everybody want to know. Yes, there are a lot of holes that we could talk about. Plenty of holes that we can talk about. No doubt about that. There are millions of holes this game that we can talk about, but we'll break all that down a little bit later. There are obviously things that we need to do, obviously, to get better if we're talking about seriously competing and making some type of run here in the playoffs. But the bottom line is that, did you win or did you lose? That's all that. That's all as we get ready for Santa Claus, as we get ready for good old Saint Nick, and y'all prepare your cookies for him. The only question about this game here is, did you win or did you lose? And we already know. Cowboys snuck out a victory tonight, 40-34. They had help on the way thanks to the Eagles and their turnovers. No doubt about it. And I'm looking down because, of course, I'm sharing. I hope you guys will share this now with some of you groups. Come on in. I'm looking for all y'all Philadelphia Eagles fans that was talking a lot of trash earlier. Though you may not talk trash to me, but you talk trash in a lot of Cowboy chat groups. Some of y'all talk trash to me. I just let you talk. James Long, I see you. I care less about y'all. Who cares? This is the Cowboy report. This ain't got nothing to do with the 49ers. Who cares? Yeah, y'all won. All right. Woo-wee, 49ers won. All right. Goodbye, James. Thank you. I don't even know who watched y'all game. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, other than y'all, everybody watching Cowboys. Everybody. Matter of fact, all y'all Cowboys fans, Cowboy haters was switching back and forth, watching either. Let's get the first things out the way real quick. Just quick observances from the game. Just quick. Then I'll let you go enjoy the rest of your evening with your family as we get ready for a great day on tomorrow, Christmas Day. Special time, special family day. Hopefully some of you will get ready and go to church because church doors ain't closed. I'll be there. You understand? But that's another whole conversation within itself. But here's the bottom line. Let's start out right at the beginning. We're gonna start this off right. A lot of y'all owe Dak Prescott an apology right now. I already know. Yeah, another turnover. Yeah, it seems like his turnovers are pick sixes too. That's not good. But he hey Terry, I see you. He did it again. But what you gotta do is give this dude credit for how he just shrugged that off. All right. He shrugged it completely off and lost his mind right after that, y'all. The line did not do a great job today at all. Let's start there. The pick six that was just a horrible throw by Dak. Call it like it is. Horrible throw by Dak. Horrible. And I'm quite sure most of you who are not Dak lovers just went completely cuckoo with that. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead. We spotted them 10. And right after that pick, as Greg says, look what he did. He threw the pick six, was sacked 6 times. That ain't counting all the pressures and all that. And he said he threw 3 touchdowns. After the pick six, he went 27 of 35, 347 yards total for the game. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else you want from a quarterback who hit, who had a real bad start and came back and just lit Philly up. That's just the bottom line. He did that. All right. So we got some of y'all owe Dak an apology today, because I know I could just imagine how y'all were when the pick six happened. It was a lot of time left. I knew Dak was going to play a little bit better. I didn't know how well he would play, to this point, but I knew we would get back in the game. It is what it is. Tony Pollard did not have the game that I was looking for, but he was very impactful. He had 19 carries for 19 yards, but this is where he gets you. He had 6 catches for 61 yards, and he should have had a touchdown too. Okay. I know Terry said, I'm not an average Prescott fan, yeah, but you got to give him credit today. See, Terry, because you ain't got no choice. Because if it wasn't for his play, we wouldn't have won. We wouldn't have won. No doubt about that. He came back. He had an outstanding game overall. Other than that little one mistake, he dominated actually. Tony Pollard, only 9 carries, one of them with more than that, but only 19 yards. That's a 2.1 average. But where he got you, on the other hand, was 6 carries for 61 yards. Kudos have to go slightly to Dak, because most of that time when Tony caught the ball, he was the last check down. So you got to give Dak credit for kind of reading the defense well, and then passing off to the last option, which was Pollard, which is a good option. So Pollard had a pretty good, impactful game, if you ask me. I get it. Zeke, they remember the one thing about it, I was shocked, even though it wasn't really a great running game, the thing that you have to give Kellen more slight credit for is that he remained consistent to it. Zeke had 16 carries for 55 yards. All right. 3.4 yards average. Not big numbers, but you remain consistent. And of course, he had the touchdown inside the goal line. Let me see. I think Zeke had he had 1 reception for 6 yards as well. So they remain consistent. That's the main thing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, another apology needs to be given out real quickly to CeeDee Lamb, because a lot of y'all say he was not a number 1 receiver. I believe CeeDee done shut all that up now. It's got to be shut up, because CeeDee does not have Amari Cooper. CeeDee does not have a 100% Michael Gallup. CeeDee has a third receiver in Noah Brown, who's really not a third receiver, but this is what he's had. He's had all the double team, he's had all the brackets, and he's had his best year. His year, he's over 1,000 yards. Did you know he made the Pro Bowl last week? Not bad for a quote unquote not a good number one. Yeah, he's a number one receiver. I think y'all owe an apology to him, as I knew he would be, because he's dangerous. He's put up some monster numbers, and we still got a couple games to go. He is he's killing everybody. Slot, outside, anything else. He was dominant this game. No doubt about it. And you got to give Dak the credit because he trusted him and kept throwing him the ball, and he was going crazy. Gallup had a couple big catches. All right. No doubt about it. T.Y. Hilton said in an interview this week, if you follow the Cowboys like I do and get really in depth and listen what all they say, they interviewed T.Y. Hilton. They asked him, he said, how do you feel like you contribute? Do you still think you're a factor? And he told everybody, if you leave me one-on-one, you crazy. T.Y. said, I still can run. T.Y. said, you crazy if you don't think I can get you now. You know, now I'm paraphrasing now. And boy, oh boy, he got him. Hey, Talib, I see you. T.Y. got him, which probably was the biggest play of the game. 3rd and 30. Ladies and gentlemen, 3rd and 30. Dak just needed a little time. He got it. He just launched it up in there. It wasn't a bad pass. It was a perfect pass. And T.Y. yanked it down, got interfered with before the ball came down, and they didn't throw the flag. And I guess they didn't throw it because he caught it. And T.Y. Probably made the biggest play of the game once you really look at it. That was a huge, huge play. So our offensive skills, it worked out. Kellen Moore still made some bonehead plays. That last drive before we kicked the field goal, it was another time management issue. There's nowhere in the world. Well, first of all, Dak didn't know it. Dak should, it's kind of hard for a boom play. When he did that zone read play, he should have stayed inbounds, and that would have knocked the clock down to 2 minutes flat on the 2-minute warning. But instead, he went out 2:01. The very next play, when you should have been no doubt running the ball, Kellen Moore decides to run a bootleg. Dak takes a sack. That makes it 2nd and long and goal, but you're outside the 10-yard line because you ate a sack. That was stupid. It was. Earlier in the game, we got a turnover, and the first play they put Turpin in, and we got all the momentum in the world. We got it. We just got a turnover, and the first play Kellen Moore runs from about the 50-yard line was a sweep to Turpin. Then Turpin throws it back to Dak. A double reverse obviously was going to be a pass. And I'm like, dude, what in the world is Kellen Moore doing? It's every game. I'm convinced. It is what it is. But because the Cowboys win, it shoots down the obvious point of the finger. So that's just 1-2 plays. It is what it is. Now, our offensive line, they did not do well today. 6 sacks. That ain't counting all the pressures. 6 sacks. That ain't counting all the pressures. Dak got hit. It was not a good day at all. But they did enough to get it going. But we had to stay in shotgun today. We had to because we really couldn't stop them. Not at all. But we did enough to get the job done. We won. So that's my offensive look. I go special teams because that's easy. Monty Mayer was awesome today. My field goal kicker. He was dynamic today. Dynamic. Made everything. He deserves a lot of credit as well. No question about that. Pressure kicks, he made them, especially that last one, because we really needed that because it forced them to make a touchdown. And you better be glad that was it because y'all already know what happened on the last drive. They did get in field goal range. So some folks were talking about let's go ahead and just go for it on 4-3. No way. Get the 6-point lead, force them to score a touchdown. And then if our defense give up a touchdown, that ain't got nothing to do with Dak. That ain't got nothing to do with Kellen Moore. That has something to do with the defense. And sure enough, the Eagles got in actually well in the field goal range easily. But it forced them. They had to score a touchdown, and we all know they couldn't. Now, let's go in depth. Our defense is horrible. That's all I'm saying. I break all of it down later on. We can't stop. No, we turned into the Cowboy team maybe about 2 years ago, where we weren't dominant against the run, but what we was an opportunistic type defense. That's what we turned into. That's why we got the 4 turnovers. I had the question yesterday, y'all. Y'all remember? I asked the question yesterday. I said, I don't know if Bland can play outside. Remember I said that. I know what he can do inside. I did not know what he can play. I didn't know if he could play outside because I really haven't seen it. He answered the question today. That pick he had was from the outside, which means he locked in on the guy and he was there when to make the ball. He took the ball away. Bland can play outside. Nashawn Wright did pretty decent too. I got to give him credit. Nashawn Wright, the plays that he was playing, he looked pretty good too. Didn't make any interceptions, no, but he was just there to make solid tackles. No doubt about it. So that was big for us. But we cannot stop the run. Now, a lot of the problem was, ladies and gentlemen, was that we are very small at defensive tackle. We don't have no beef. We are truly missing Hankins, whatever his name is. We're missing him. Bohanna, if he was playing, I can't tell because I didn't hear nothing from him. We didn't stuff really nothing. We're getting ran on at will. The Philadelphia Eagles actually should have ran it more than they did. But Merry Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you, Wanda, for popping in. They should have ran more. Hey, Smoke. Hey, Miss Smith. What's going on? We should have Justin, I'll get on to that because that was that was the whole thing. That was major what you just said right there when you said Michael was out of breath. And I'll get to that point just a little bit later. Matter of fact, Justin, please, if I don't say nothing about that part right there, come back and put it in. I'm looking at the comments because there's something major with this comment. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna leave your comment there, Mike. That way I can come back to it. We can't stop the run. And we're gonna have to do something because, ladies and gentlemen, next week is gonna be a test in itself. Derrick Henry. I mean, come on. I mean, we already know what Tennessee gonna do. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, we're not stopping the run. We're not. Let me see what Philly did. If I can catch it. And this could be fooling. They had 29. And once you look at it, they really ain't bad. 29 out of 87. 29 attempts, 87 yards. And that could be kind of within the game. When they wanted to run it, they could. That could be kind of camouflaged by they had to pass it the last last 2 minutes or the 4 minutes of the game because it was a back and forth game. Let me take that back. Oh, no, that is us. Okay. Yeah. We had 31 carries, which is our magic number, whether that was Dak. Dak got a couple of those too. 31 carries for 115 yards. I'll take that because that's consistency. There's not a lot of good yards per attempt, but the consistency was there. Not bad at all. But what killed us most of all today, beyond the shadow of a doubt, was third down conversion. I mean, now here's the funny part. The Cowboys were 8 of 15 in third down conversion. Don't seem like it, but that's where we were. But what was killing us, because I know y'all said it while y'all watching it, we couldn't get them off the field. I don't think that we saw their punter the whole game. I don't remember. If it happened, it only happened one time. They went 8 for 14 in third down conversions. That's not what we're used to. That's not what we're used to. And that's how you get beat. They still put up 30, take away Dak's pick six. They put 28 points up. That's not what we used to either. But we're gonna have to stop the run, because when we get to the playoffs, like I said, this was gonna be the test. We got Philly this week. We got Tennessee next week. Then we got Washington. All these teams run the ball. We got to figure out how we gonna stop something. I mean, Quinn got to come up with it. Quinn got to come up with it real quick. I don't know what that means. We got to pray to God these guys come back that are injured. We got to. I mean, look who in the playoffs. I don't care who we're playing. We're either playing, and the NFC South just got really interesting because Carolina won, the Saints won. The pressure is back on the Bucks to win. It's just going to take one game to if they blow up, this thing can get really interesting. But whoever we play, whether it's Tampa, we're going to have to run the ball. I mean, we got to stop the run. They run the ball. If it's Carolina, they run the ball. If it's Atlanta, they run the ball. If it's the Saints, they run the ball. If we got to play the 49ers, I don't even have to explain to you. You know what they're going to do. We got to figure out quick. And then if we're lucky enough to get to the second round, we got to play Minnesota. If they're there, they run the ball. They play the Giants. They run the ball or something. I mean, look, we can't escape it. The Eagles, we got to go see them again. Guess what? They're going to run the football. This time, they will have Jalen Hurts there. That's another whole animal within itself. So, look, we got to figure out how we're going to stop the ball. Now, I was disappointed because we made Gardner Minshew for a minute there. We made him enter into the MVP conversation the way he was playing. I mean, he was lighting us up like he been playing all year. I was disappointed in it. I was disappointed. I ain't saying Gardner is not a good quarterback. I'm not saying he can't play. If you know anything about Minshew, you know he can play. But I didn't think he was going to come out here looking like they ain't missed a beat. That's the part I had a problem with. I thought it was the next coming of Tom Brady or somebody coming out here. That's what I thought. That's what he was looking like. He was destroying us. I mean, he was just lighting it up. That don't supposed to happen. We didn't get to him. We pressured him, but we didn't get to him. And remember, let me get back to this comment Justin Ball had right here. He said Michael was out of breath. Did y'all notice something at the end? Did y'all notice that Michael Parsons was doing this? He said, call timeout. Call timeout. Call timeout. Why? Because they were in a 2-minute drill and Michael was going all out and he got tired. That's the bottom line. He got tired. And the coaching staff did not call the timeout. And just before they was about to do it, McCarthy, he was saying that, Coach McCarthy finally called the timeout. What did I tell y'all yesterday? That sometimes the talent level has to override bad coaching or lack of coaching. You just saw that with Michael Parsons when he was out of breath. He said, give me about 30 seconds Let me get a little water in me. Let me rest just for a second so I can try to close this game out. What happened? He got his rest. It was third down. He didn't sack him, but he put pressure on him and made him throw the ball away, which made it 4th and 10. I'd rather have my defense trying to cover 4th and 10 rather than them trying to cover 4th and 2. That was a huge play. It don't go in the stat book, but that was a huge play. Huge play. All right. And he that was a it's not gonna show up in the stats. That timeout that McCarthy the Mike Boss said, hey, call the timeout. Hell, you see him. Look, I can't run. I'm tired. Y'all, Michael was down on his knees. Remember, the guy was squeezing water in his mouth while he was on. He couldn't even hardly stand up. That was a huge play in the game, and it very well may have been the game may have been the play without making the play. That timeout that Mike McCarthy finally called was probably the play without making a play, because it forced Minshew to throw the ball out of bounds. It was 3rd and 10. He threw the ball out of bounds. Mike almost chased him down, made it 4th and 10. They didn't get it. And here's the thing, y'all. The Cowboys offense was pretty good. Put up 40. And I don't want to hear nothing about these Philly fans. All y'all Philly fans gonna watch this a little bit later. Y'all whole defense was out there. So I don't want to hear nothing. It's just that the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, y'all should have known what time it was in the first place. He don't lose against the Eagles. And now he 8-3 against Philly. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all talking about, well, we didn't have Jalen Hurts. Well, we didn't have Dak Prescott in the first game. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Y'all beat Cooper Rush. We beat Gardner Minshew. Call it even. Bottom line, I don't want to hear nothing about that. Y'all, we didn't have the MVP. We didn't have Jalen Hurts. We didn't have one of our MVPs. That's that. We didn't have that. So I don't want to hear nothing. We beat each other's backup quarterback. That's the only thing you can say. Hopefully we'll see y'all the third time. That way there will be no excuses. Y'all will have y'all guy. Hopefully we'll have our guy. Hopefully your guy will be there. Hopefully our guy will be there. We still got 2 games to go. And here's the thing, Cowboy fans. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Y'all complain all you want, but look, we done won 11 games. Hello. The way Cowboy fans talk, you think we 5-11 or 4-11. Let me tell you something. We done won 11 games. Still got 2 games to go. We won 12 last year. It's a pretty good football team. We just got to get our people off the injury list. And then I take my chances. But I know we have to stop the run. The defense gave up a lot of points. The defense gave up a lot of yards. But they made the plays when it counted. Huh? So, when we finish complaining and nitpicking and dissecting, like I'm going to do later on this week, I'm going to dissect and start, looking at it again and talking bad about certain points and certain goals. The bottom line is, hey, 11 wins. Still got 1 on the road, 1 back at home. Can we get back to 12 wins again? Can we win these last 2? Huh? Can we win these last 2? I think we can. Tennessee just lost to the Houston Texans today. Houston's been playing well since they played us. And they finally pulled one out on the road. They beat Tennessee. So Tennessee is really struggling right now. We need to make sure, but you already know if it happens. When we go to Nashville next week, you already know Tennessee is going to be like these Super Bowl. Everybody, pick it up against us. So the whole world will be watching, and you already know they're about to They gonna, Henry will be acting like he the MVP of the league or something again. So we got to buck our chin straps up next week. I guarantee you, Tennessee is the times when Philadelphia should have ran the ball. I guarantee you, Tennessee gonna be running. I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry gets the ball 35 times next week. That's what happened. If we win out and Philly lose out, we'll win the division. That don't mean we'll be number one seed because Minnesota has a game up. They've only lost 3 games, so Minnesota really still on the hunt for a home field. I think they're 12-3. Minnesota is. Philadelphia now has 1 game lead over Minnesota now. But if we win out and Philly loses out, we'll win the division. So, well, they won 1 more game than we have, Justin. They're 12-3. We're 11-4. They're 12-3. We show heart today. We show heart. Dak Prescott showed heart as he always does. He came back from a bad turnover and lit everybody up. That's just about it. And for all you Dak haters, you can't help but say that's what happened. He lit them up. Sacked, pressured, everything. He lit them up. Dak Prescott lit them up today. He did. He lit them up today. Constantly. CeeDee Lamb tore him up. Everybody talking about Slay and Granberry, CeeDee Lamb, whichever one he was landing on, he tore him up. He lit him up. So, that's just the bottom line. We won 40-34. Great win. It was a huge win. I'm not gonna say we should have won the Green Bay and Jacksonville game, but it's over with now. We should have won, but we didn't, and we move on now. On to Tennessee. I'll talk about this game more in depth. What's today? Today is Saturday. Sunday is Christmas. 26 is Monday at 7 p.m. I believe I'll hang with y'all on Monday at 7 p.m. Monday at 7 p.m. I'll hang with you on Monday at 7 p.m. Let's look at it a little bit more deeper. We'll talk about this some more, but as for now, that's my little post-game report. Listen, if you're not following me, I don't know why, but if you are following me, I appreciate you. If you're not following me on my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to that. Subscribe to that now. Go ahead and give me a subscription if you don't mind. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Just a follow. Just turn on those live button notifications and there and you can follow me if you don't mind. Or those of you on Facebook and you have a YouTube, do me a favor. This will be my Christmas present if you don't mind. If you don't mind, give me a Christmas present. Go to my YouTube. That YouTube, as you can see it right down there. And there it is, the Big Time Show. That's all you got to do. Find the Big Time Show. You might see something like that, but just click on the live there and you'll be able to see this face here, and then you know you got the right one. I got to copyright my name. Yeah, I got to do that. But anyway, go ahead and give me a subscription on my YouTube channel if you don't mind. Those of you on Facebook, I would appreciate it tremendously if you would do that. That'll be a nice Christmas present to me. And then speaking on those terms, listen, Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm for to turn into my preacher mode now, which I am. Most of y'all know. Listen, I don't care where you are in this country. If you turn on the news, you're seeing a lot of strange things happening. A lot of murders. A lot of people are dying. COVID is still alive. You never know when it's your last one. You just never know. Right here in Memphis, we had a gentleman who was caught outside, who died because of the cold. Right here in Memphis, we had a tremendous winter blast that hit here. Um, man was outside, didn't have a home, died because it was obviously he died of the cold. It was, I believe, last night it was 7 degrees, and I think the wind chill was minus 10 or 11, and young brother died because of that. Just never know when it's your last one. We had power outages here in Memphis, and some people still without power. So this is you just never know. So on tonight and on tomorrow, uh, cozy up to your family. I'm about to go do that now with mine. Cozy up to your family, hug your folks, call your folks, drop grudges. You just never know. Things can change. We don't know the day or the hour when our time will come. At least be on record saying that you tried to make things right with your family. I don't care nothing about some of y'all knuckleheads. Just say, what about the in-laws that hate you? Well, you do right. You do right. Some people are not, and some people are not meant for your kindness. That don't mean that you, it don't mean that you repay them with hate. You just be quiet. You let them do what they do, and you don't mean you got to associate. If it makes you uncomfortable, it makes you uncomfortable. You got to, just be quiet. You ain't got to make a spectacle out of it. It is what it is, because you are responsible for your peace. This is the most depressing time of the year. As great of a time this is. This is the most depressing time. Most suicides, more depressions, cases happen during this time of the year. Let's just make sure we don't add to that number. How about that? How about that? Let's make sure we don't add to that number. You are responsible for your peace. If nobody else won't make you happy, get your own tree, turn your own music on, and clap yourself. Nobody ain't buy you a gift. To look, don't worry about it. December 26th, all the gifts are cheaper on the 26th, all across the country. Get on the internet, buy yourself a gift. Make yourself happy. You understand what I'm saying to you? You are responsible for your own peace. You are responsible for making yourself smile. If nobody else don't make you smile, you make yourself smile. Shoot, if you need me, look, get on the internet. Just go to Amazon. Just find what you want. Buy you one gift. You understand? And just enjoy this Christmas season. We are almost here at the end of the year. We got so much to be grateful for. We do. And one of them is my family. I'm about to go down there now. So I appreciate y'all hanging with me for these few moments. The Raiders and the Steelers are playing a very emotional game tonight for Franco Harris, who died right before this anniversary of the 50th year of the Immaculate Reception. The Raiders just scored. The Raiders don't care nothing about. They look. I'm quite sure they pay their respects to Franco, but they don't care nothing about the Steelers. Oh, okay, I'm just saying. They 7-0. The Raiders just scored. I think it was Renfro who just scored. There goes silly Cowboy fans. See, this is what I'm talking about. Go buy your new Cowboy hat. There you go. Treat to thine own self be true. Yeah, to thy own self make yourself happy. That's what you need to do. You need to do that. Okay. I know, Justin. Yeah, I know the Steelers want their win, but the Raiders don't care nothing about that. Okay. All right. Appreciate y'all. Listen, again, let's close out this year together. Merry Christmas, Smoke. Merry Christmas, Miss Smith. Those of you down on Podbean, Merry Christmas to all of you guys that decided to hang on. Hey, and thank you for your support for my podcast here. It's been a good year. The show is elevating. We reached we're on a new network. Got some more things coming. I'll be on Roku TV very soon. I'll be on Roku TV very, very soon. How about that one? That's crazy. So we'll be doing that. Big things are coming. I'm trying to get press credentials for the Dallas Cowboys. How about that? How about that, y'all? How about that? I hope that I can get press credentials for the Cowboys. So I can go down there and start asking them some questions. You understand? I want to sit there and ask Kellen Moore, sir, why don't you run the ball? You know what I'm saying? That it's obvious that you should be doing it. Why? Hello. Can you imagine me in there asking these questions on these fools? I mean, I would love it. They wouldn't even. I raise my hand, they'll ignore it. They won't even. They won't even let me ask a question because they know I'm gonna ask a question. Like, Colton McCarthy, sir, your track record for time management is getting a little shaky here. I wouldn't say that. They'll kick me out of there. All right, again, hey y'all, appreciate y'all. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody. Make yourself happy. Hug your family. Be happy. All right. Just remember this. I don't know what y'all believe. I don't know. I don't want to insult nobody, but I know what I believe. And this is what I believe. Really, Christmas really is not about us. It's about Jesus. That's why we're celebrating. We don't care nothing about it. So I'm gonna say that's really not his birthday. That's not, look, I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear that. All I know is this. This is what I know about Jesus. Okay. And I can't speak for nobody else. And I don't know y'all's story. But he's been good to me. So I'm going to celebrate him on this day that the world stops and celebrates him for his birth. I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to church. I hope some of you will do that. And if you don't, I'm quite sure you watch a church virtually or whatever. But let's not forget the reason for the season. All right. Let's not forget the reason for the season. All right. Let's not forget that. It is because of him that we celebrate this time off. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you Monday at 7 p.m. We'll talk about this a little bit more. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been, Cowboys win the big time show.